historic bull market reaches its second birthday.
Now that makes more
Everyday
sense.
investors are piling back into stocks, finally ready for more risk and hoping the rally has further to go. So this
2
is why
years.
happy birthday. I hope it's not, what is it, if you're 2 years old, isn't it troublesome twos, or when you start teething?
Terrible twos.
Terrible twos, yes. Sorry, I don't have kids, clearly.
So, 2 years on from that major market inflection point, the generational low, I'd be more excited if we were reaching all-time highs on the US market.
Yeah.
We're not quite at the all-time highs for the Aussie, the Johannesburg market, but I think that's the next major milestone, is to reach a point where people say equity valuations in the aggregate reflect an enlarged US and a global economy.
Well, the Dow Jones is about 2,000 points away from the all-time high.
Still a distance.
Yeah, it's still a distance, not that far away.
Because we know that the US market has been where a lot of that financials have suffered and so on. So
exactly. So Sasol, let's turn our attention to Sasol. Hedging once again, bottom $85
well, I was laughing
a barrel,
at Yolanda LaRue.
$172 a barrel, yes.
I was laughing at Yolanda LaRue at lunchtime on the show. Sorry to interrupt you. I know I do that a lot.
I'm sorry. It's okay, you should
and she was saying, well, it's very cautious, that Sasol's been very cautious with regard to putting this 30% hedge in place. But you know what they've done? It's a little bit like you've just bought a new car and you've gone and insured it for, fire only. In other words, what Sasol have done is they put in a zero-cost collar where the premium they're paying for the downside protection at $85 on a third of their production is paid for by giving away the upside above like $172. So really what they've just done is that they have said, we'll forego some of the profits if oil totally screams higher, nearly doubles, but they're going to get the protection if oil for one reason or another goes below 85.
And we know when we saw what happened with AngloGold Ashanti, they were burnt with a hedge. We know that it's worked in their favour before. Sasol down 3% today, Paul. And when you see the previous hedge that they had, I think it was below $50 a barrel and then as high as $200 a barrel. So now they sort of
they do these things because remember, when you go into the options market in crude oil, what you'll find is they're looking for equivalence. So they're looking for the premium and the price of the option to be the same. Yeah. So they'll shop around until they find those levels. But they tend to be quite short dated, and they have made money from them in the past, and they've not made money from them. I think it's just an interesting strategy. I've normally been against it, actually, because when you buy the stock...
with Sasol doing this?
Yeah, sort of. I would have preferred it if they'd done nothing, because generally if you're buying an oil producer, you want upside to what you think is going to be a likely rising oil price, right?
Exactly. Paul, are you sad that Phuthuma Nhleko is
He's a great operator. I'm happy with the new management team.
Today, right?
Exactly, and it's sharply up. My only comment about MTN is it's now 70% of revenues from outside of South Africa. I'm irritated by this rand dollar thing. I think they should move their headquarters to Dubai or wherever it was they were talking about, make it an international company, report in US dollars.